amped up and are beaming brilliantly throughout the entire omniverse. Amped up and are beaming brilliantly throughout the entire omniverse. There isn't a light worker around that isn't glowing. Well done, my beloveds. Well done. Lights are busting through areas of darkness that haven't seen light in eons upon eons. With everyone's assistance, the density is falling away. Cracks and fissures will soon be flooded with more light than they have ever experienced before. You are making a difference. You are holding more of your own power, and as the energy continues to flood in, you will be able to hold more of this light through your constant vigilant clearing efforts. After your daily energy field clearing exercises, my beloveds, see in your imagination an empty space that has been created by this debris removal. This empty space now needs to be filled, because the universe abhors a vacuum, with the very highest of light and love that your own essence can hold. In your imagination, see a glass funnel above your head. Ask your angels and spirit guides to fill your essence with the Creator's divine grace. You can picture the Creator's divine grace as a sparkling liquid gold being poured by your heavenly support staff directly into the glass funnel above your head. This sparkling liquid gold etheric substance will then enter you and all throughout your essence energy fields. It will fill any cleared or vacant space with the Creator's divine love and light known as divine grace. The Creator reminds you that this is the very same substance that your higher self is filled with, and also that the Creator is filled with divine grace. This is your very own divine essence and only works toward your highest and best good. This divine grace essence further brings in the keys and light codes to help you move forward. It is part of who you are and who you have always been. This is the melting spot to bring forth the remembrance of your true divine nature. It is time, my beloveds, to wake up. Allow this messenger to take you on a mediation journey to remember this divine grace essence. Arrange yourself in seated position or lie down so that you are comfortable. Keep your legs and arms from crossing if at all possible, as this blocks the flow of energy. Cover yourself with a light blanket if you chill easily. We want you comfortable and undisturbed for a while as you journey within yourself through meditation. Close your eyes and take a comfortable deep breath. Then comfortably exhale as hard as is possible. With each in-breath, you are breathing in love and renewal. With each out-breath, you are breathing out fear, frustration, and doubt. Take another comfortable deep breath in and comfortably exhale, just letting all the stress go. Take another comfortable deep breath in and then just exhaling, letting it all go with a sigh as you are breathing out all frustrations of the day. Feel your body relaxing from the top of your head down to your toes. Give yourself permission to feel the calm and peace. Your muscles are feeling loose and limp, so relaxed, so deliciously serene, so wonderfully lazy. Direct your ego self to perch on your left shoulder. Instruct your ego self that it is only to be an observer on this journey, it is not to participate. If it helps you to visualize your ego self by identifying it as a symbol or as an object, please do so. In your imagination, ask through prayer for the Creator to send you down a protective ray of white light by praying mentally something like this: My Creator, I am asking for a protective ray of white light to enfold me and lift me up so that I am experiencing the very highest of vibrations during this journey into my innermost depths of understanding and being. I am protecting myself, my Creator, from anything that is not for my highest good on this journey. I am thanking you in advance, my Creator, for assisting me by sending this ray. I am visualizing the ray in my imagination now, coming down through the corner of the area where I am meditating. It is entering into my physical form, permeating all that is within my I am presence. The Creator has responded to your prayer and has gifted you with an iridescent white ray and 12 golden fluid rays for this journey. The rays are entering into your body through the soles of your feet and moving up through your physical vessel, permeating throughout all of your etheric energy fields and physical vessel and into all corners of the actual area that you are meditating in. The rays then are exiting through your crown chakra. The rays are returning to the Creator and cycling back down through you again and back to the Creator in a continuous circular loop. These protective therapeutic rays are in a continuous circular motion while you are in meditation. You are now divinely protected at this moment, and nothing can even communicate with you that is not for your highest good, without your permission. My divine beings of light, you are breathing very slowly and evenly now. You are feeling secure and safe. Breathe in deeply, my beautiful beings of light, and feel the lighter, relaxed feelings of being protected and divinely guided into this meditation. Breathe in deeply and know that you are breathing to the pulse of the Creator. Listen to the Creator's spiritual heartbeat and feel the unconditional love that courses through you each time you think about this moment. Breathe in deeply, allowing and seeing within your spiritual imagination your guardian angels and invited spirit guides as they join you now. The angels take your etheric essence hands and guide you out of your physical body. The angels then direct you into your etheric spiritual heart chakra. An angel has been stationed to stay with your physical essence until you return from your meditation journey. You are seeing, feeling and sensing this within your imagination. Your guardian angels, spirit guides and special invited guests are with you now within your spiritual heart chakra. Your angels and guides are helping you locate the golden door that says to my highest guidance within. You have located the golden door and now you turn the etheric spiritual doorknob, opening the door as you cross over the threshold, knowing that you are on a spiritual growth adventure. You find yourself in a white marble corridor. As you arrive, you hear a honking horn in the background. Your angels laugh and tells you that your Jeep driver is here to whisk you away to your very own crystal palace. They hand you a pair of goggles and point you to a roll-up garage door just down the hall there to your right. You pop on your goggles and head out the garage door. There on the driveway is a huge white re-engineered Jeep complete with jet propulsion packs on the back. You see this and laugh because now you understand why you will need the goggles. You tell your angels that they constantly amaze you at the lengths they will go to make you laugh and to get your attention. They show you that it is never a dull moment when the angels are around. They remind you that angels have a very playful nature. The angel driver of this souped-up Jeep is wearing goggles as well as an aviator cap, leather bomber jacket and a scarf tossed casually around her neck. She waves hello as you and your entourage pile into the back of the Jeep. Now that you are all in, the angel driver takes off like she is flying a jet plane. You feel the wind pushing you back against the seat as the jet packs kick in and the Jeep's velocity is pushed to full throttle. You are arriving at your Crystal Palace's new garage before you can even blink your eyes. You are noticing that the garage is actually part of a new addition onto your Crystal Palace. The space where the Crystal Palace actually sits has had to continually expand just to accommodate the vast construction projects that you have been going through these past several years. You notice that the garage actually enters into a side door that is also new. Your angels lead the way and you notice that the side door also has a hallway off to the left that leads into the grand circular room. The side door, however, is closest to the healing and releasing room, and this is where you will be working today, your angels relay. You follow along and enter the healing and releasing room when the angels open the door for you. The healing and releasing room has also had a makeover and expansion since your last visit. The room is now painted a glowing, soothing color that you just love. The golden pillow on the floor in the middle of the room is new. You notice that the giant crystal hanging over the golden pillow has been enlarged. You notice a new station has been added at the head portion of that golden pillow. The angels have you look around a bit and check out all the new things of interest. Your wonderful healing and releasing pool with its floating flowers on top is still there but has been expanded and enlarged as well. Your angels ask you to stand on the golden line to your left, and there they take a reading of your energy levels with their crystal wand sensor unit. The angels explain that this measurement will allow just the right amount of divine grace to flow in for your current settings. The angels ask you to recline on the golden pillow in the middle of the room. The angels adjust the giant crystal to assist you with an energy upgrade. The new station located at your head, as you are laying on the pillow, is being configured so that just the right amount of divine grace will be integrated into all of your energy fields. When all the measurements are right, the angels activate the crystal and the divine grace dispenser system. You feel this comfortable warm glow all over your body. A huge smile comes over your face as you sense the changes occurring on the etheric level of your essence. This feels so fabulous, you tell the angels. This is like taking a glorious warm shower and having each drop of water love the body that it is touching. The feeling of love that you are experiencing is almost overwhelming. You just can't stop smiling. All the mechanisms stop when just the right calibration markers have been met and your infusion is now complete. You lay there for another minute or two, not wanting to interrupt one moment of this loving feeling that has been pouring through every cell and etheric cell of your beingness. Finally you get up from the golden cushion and walk around a bit. Your body is actually still in the final process of the energy transformation. You tell your angels that you can't believe the difference. This is such a high upgrade to where you have been in the past. Your angels explain that you have grown just that much since your last visit here. They also tell you that this is a process that you will need to repeat often just to keep up with your own evolutionary growth steps. You are expanding, they tell you, at warp speed. You thank the angels for their assistance. They direct you back out the door and back to the new side door entrance. You didn't see any of your Serenity Garden friends today, but you will be back soon and spend more time going through all the construction changes and garden renovations. You walk on the path back to the garage. Your angel driver waves again and tells you to hop in. After all are seated, the Jeep takes off again, and in the blink of an eye you are back at the garage where you started this adventure. You instantly find yourself back in the white marble corridor. You catch a glimpse of your beaming and glowing essence in the mirror. Your angels lead you back across the threshold of the golden door within, back into your spiritual heart chakra, and then they assist the return of your spiritual essence back into your physical form. Take a deep breath to help you reorient as you wiggle your fingers and toes. When you are ready, open your eyes. Go about your day remembering that your inner higher wisdom and angelic support staff are always at your service, working with you to help you reach your highest, most appropriate potential. Listen for those first thoughts that pop into your awareness and know without a shadow of a doubt that you are receiving daily spiritual guidance. Beloveds, you are blessed beyond words and loved beyond measure, more than any earth plane language can ever express. I am Archangel Michael, the Creator's messenger of love, joy, wisdom, light, peace, and grace. You rack your brains about what will become of this or that, or how best to lead the people who are close to you to the right path. These thoughts only lead to the fact that you yourself become gloomy and can no longer find your way out of the prison of your thoughts. Who tells you that you are right and doing right? Is there certainty that your path is the right one for everyone? Or is it that you just want to exercise control and distract from your own shadow? Give up this control consciously. Because it is only your inner need for manipulation that causes you to convince people of something that they cannot see on their own. You are responsible for your own development, for your own progress, and for your own cognitive processes. How much time do you want to waste on other construction sites, smugly meddling in the lives of others? Your example is enough. Words. Nothing but words. People are neither teachable nor reachable through words. Give each person the time they need to learn through experience and the providence of God. No one finds enlightenment if you describe the way to them verbosely, but by following an inner impulse and setting out on their own. Lead with a living example. Your example is enough, because whoever wants to grow, become, and be needs no more than a hint, and he understands. A loved person, you rack your brains about what will become of this or that, or how you can best lead the people who are close to you to the right path. These thoughts only lead to the fact that you yourself become gloomy and can no longer find your way out of the prison of your thoughts. Who tells you that you are right and doing right? Is there certainty that your path is the right one for everyone? Or is it that you just want to exercise control and distract from your own shadow? Give up this control consciously. Because it is only your inner need for manipulation that causes you to convince people of something that they cannot see on their own. Let time rule and God act. You are responsible for your own development, for your own progress, and for your own cognitive processes. How much time do you want to waste on other construction sites, smugly meddling in the lives of others? JJK. But when it comes to our children, Sai Baba, I tell you, especially when it concerns your children, your living example counts for more than every word. Clear your mind. So live and be, work and let people decide for themselves when to start their search. Release all people from your thought prison because they live their purpose and not your ideas of good or evil. Headache is no way. Once you understand this and put it into practice, not only will headaches go away, but your relationships will also deepen. Freedom is the key to happiness in any relationship, and that freedom starts in the mind. So free yourself from manipulative strategies, from encroaching actions, and from the fascination that the power of control exerts over your ego. Clear your mind. Your living example is enough, and your love is the guide for anyone who really wants to find. I am Sai Baba.
Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council. We are pleased to connect with all of you. We are very interested in the way you are all assimilating the current energies. We are noticing how many of you are using the current energies to release blockages that are inside of your energy bodies and your physical bodies. We are noticing how many of you are more in the flow with the energies of this moment, and that is due to the changes that you have made in terms of your thoughts and beliefs. Many of you are capable at this time of letting go of the idea that you have to do it all and that you have to do it all through action. There are more and more people every day waking up to the truth that what they really need to do is let go, surrender, and trust. This allows the energies that are there to help you to do what they do best. And if you can do what you are there to do best, then you can have the best possible experience of life on planet Earth at this time. You are there to experience this reality and the shift in consciousness, and you are there to choose how you experience it. A lot of what needed to be created through actions is already there in your reality. You have stepped into this time of human evolution to give yourselves an opportunity to do less so that you can activate what you need to activate, release what you need to release, and ultimately transform into who and what you are becoming. That's a monumental task, and we would say an even bigger task than having to build all the buildings and homes, create all the roads and bridges, the water systems, the electrical systems, and so on. So you are actually doing more than those who came before you, because a lot of the issues that you are facing are the same ones that those in your genetic line have faced and have been unable to handle appropriately. We are talking about issues like loss, abandonment, fear of the unknown. You are there to handle these experiences with more grace, with more trust, with more faith in yourselves and in who and what you really are as source energy beings. And the energies are there to help. The energies need your willingness to let them run through you, and we see more of you doing that now that you realize the futility of words and actions in certain areas of your life. You cannot just convince someone else in your life to change, for example. You have to do it, and that change involves you being willing to look at something in a different way, to accept something you haven't been able to accept before, to release a fear or a judgment. That's the hard work of consciousness. That's the heavy lifting that doesn't require any actual physical heavy lifting, but nevertheless, all of it can be very taxing on you physically. And so, you need to rest, and you need to take breaks, and you need to hydrate and meditate. And to the outsider looking in, they might assume that you have a very easy life and you don't do much of anything at all. And meanwhile, you are clearing hundreds of thousands of years of ancestral karma and trauma. We are always very proud of you, because we know that you incarnated to awaken ahead of the rest of humanity and show them the way. You are building energetic roads and highways, pathways that will assist others in getting there themselves, but with less drama and trauma. It is possible to navigate through this experience with joy and love, and it helps to know what you're doing and why. And those of you who are awake have that knowledge, and you are putting it to good use, which is why we are so happy about what we are seeing and feeling at this time on planet Earth, especially amongst those of you who are awake and aware enough to do this work consciously. We are the Arcturian Council, and we have enjoyed connecting with you. Channel, Daniel Scranton. Welcome, dear readers. In spite of outer appearances, a great deal of clarity continues to unfold in the minds and hearts of many. Everyday ordinary people living ordinary lives are waking up to the fact that the world is much more than what they were taught and have believed. Incoming high-frequency light energies are guiding those receptive toward honest and egoless examinations of personal and universally accepted world beliefs. This in turn is allowing them for the first time to recognize that much of what the world has taken for granted as true and right is not. As increasingly more individuals awaken to a consciousness of oneness, the universal collective automatically begins to resonate at a higher level, which in turn then allows those receptive to more easily access ideas of truth. Increasingly more people are beginning to recognize the error underlying rules, laws, teachings, etc. that are based in separation and have ruled world consciousness for eons. This is causing panic to those who thrive and have benefited from concepts of separation, causing them to increasingly promote activities and information that cause fear. Belief in separation from God, people, animals, plants, and all seen and unseen life is a state of hypnotism. Earth is a spiritual universe peopled with sons and daughters of God, but when interpreted through minds conditioned with beliefs of duality, two powers, and separation, it manifests experiences of good and evil, both of which represent concepts. Earth is the perfect expression of a divine idea in the mind of God, just as every individual is. But when Earth is interpreted through three-dimensional consciousness, it is seen and experienced by most through a state of universal illusion. Often an evolved student of truth, comfortable in their spirituality, finds everything changing and nothing feels the same. Tried and true techniques for centering no longer seem to work. Guides do not seem to be responding as readily. Mediation may feel different, empty. Familiar spiritual practices are recognized as being based in separation, and the clearing of old energy seems to have become one's primary spiritual practice. This is not failure, but rather indicates graduation to a new state of consciousness, one no longer in alignment with what previously worked so well. Spiritual evolution is a journey through many lifetimes and states of consciousness that usually begin with idolatry, then atheism, then to organized religions of both East and West, then to metaphysics, and finally to mysticism, each lasting a few or many lifetimes. Metaphysics is a facet of almost every spiritual journey, but like those that came before, it is based in the need to fix, heal, or change a bad picture into a good one, in the belief that you are separate and must do a certain chant, carry this or that crystal, use this oil, or engage in some ceremony in order to become closer to God. These things cannot give you what you seek because they are outside of you. They can and do assist because their energy can resonate with and awaken these same energies already present within you. Many students of truth get stuck in the metaphysical phase of awakening because the techniques often work and provide a sense of spiritual completion. There comes a point at which all serious seekers of truth must leave behind those practices believed necessary for contacting God and actually accept the reality of oneness. Many study and understand that the real self, soul, is God consciousness individualized, but their ego self convinces them to set this information aside in the belief that living truth was and is okay for saints but is impractical and unattainable for everyday folks. Many of you are spiritually prepared to move into and live the mystical level, which is not as a monk in a robe meditating 24/7, but rather as living an ordinary life from the consciousness of oneness. It can be done, many have done it, and many others are now practicing. One of the reasons you wanted to be on Earth at this time is that the high-frequency energies present as part of Earth's ascension process offer an opportunity for individuals to spiritually ascend while remaining in physical body. Many of you have attained a state of consciousness prepared to move beyond ego and allow the divine consciousness you know you are to live IT's life in, as, and through you. It is letting go of continually attempting to fix, change, heal, clear, or remove personal and global appearances through a state of consciousness that realizes anything requiring fixing or healing is not reality/God ordained or sustained, but is rather a manifestation of the belief in separation from God. It is having the courage to surrender into what you already are and allowing IT to be your supplier, guide, protector, and teacher. You cannot and will never hear the ever-present still small voice within you if you are plugged into media, technology, or outer activity 24/7. Ego, That sense of self that feels separate from God will always be there to tell you what to do, when, and how to do it in a voice that overrides the silent voice within. This is why it is important to have quiet time/mediation each day until it becomes your state of consciousness regardless of where you are or what you are doing. Spiritual evolution is a process. It is not easy to shift from the familiar guidance of ego to listening and trusting within. You have lived as a human experiencing both good and bad through hundreds of lifetimes in which the ego was a necessary component of survival. Ego served well in earlier states of awareness and continues to serve today on Earth, but the three-dimensional ego continually seeks to be the primary force guiding and keeping you well through solutions, ideas, spiritual practices, etc. that worked well in earlier states of consciousness. Spiritual evolution can be delayed, ignored, denied, and resisted but never stopped because reality is one God expressing itself as infinite form and variety. Period. Nothing else is. You who have worked hard, studied, practiced, and sought God through practices, beliefs, and religions over lifetimes have evolved and are now ready to move into mysticism, the realization and acceptance of your ONNS, that you are divine consciousness individualized. Begin to listen for the still small voice within rather than constantly questioning and seeking outside of yourself. Your guides are always present to assist, but seeking their input in every situation rather than doing your own spiritual work is actually a form of looking outside of self. You have done the work and are ready to trust, rest in, and rely on the reality of your own divine consciousness, your higher self, the you that has never left ONNS and already embodies infinite knowledge, harmony, abundance, protection, creativity, peace, health, etc. Because God is the only reality, nothing in the physical realm holds power in and of itself. Words spoken or actions taken do not in and of themselves just happen. An arm by itself cannot just suddenly punch or pat. Everything is governed by consciousness because consciousness is all that is. We are not telling you to throw out your medication, stop eating, or attempt to live absolute truth before you have attained that state of consciousness, because doing so would be nothing more than an ego activity. We are saying that many of you are ready, more than ready, to begin practicing and living from the level of truth you have sought and attained, while detaching from the tools you gave power to religions, traditions, rites and rituals, laws, societal beliefs, etc., etc. Living ONNS is not ignoring, resisting, or denying appearances, but rather is, yes, I see you, feel you, acknowledge you, and like or don't like you, but I know that God is omnipresent, therefore can only manifest itself, relegating appearances of duality, separation, and two powers as being nothing more than manifestations of collective and personal beliefs in separation. Then go about doing what needs to be done. You have done the work, and eventually this truth becomes your state of consciousness. Begin to seriously, yes, seriously believe, act, and live from your highest level of awareness, because like it or not, you are and always have been divine consciousness individualized. We are the Arcturian Group. Channel, Marilyn Rafaela.
Greetings, Star Family. Light workers and star seeds on the front line. We come with news from beyond your dimensional realities. We are the Arcturian Council of 12. We are ambassadors of light. We are one with universal love. We are here to guide humanity through the ascension process. We are monitoring Gaia and her ascension. We can see she has reached a great juncture in her shift to higher wavelength of dimensional frequencies. We are here to bring news of a breakthrough in decommission of the technological warfare being used to control humankind. The holographic universe is perceived through mind control and synthetic structural layering. As Gaia gears up to transcend the fourth dimension she is destabilizing, the technologies required to maintain the holographic perception of reality. Technological advancements are also penetrating the holographic matrix. Truth is being exposed. We see and understand that the Anunnaki who create the dark forces have been aware of this potential timeline and have prepared for it. We see they are flooding the collective consciousness with disinformation, scare stories, hate, and deception. We see desperation in their movements, but also a steely determination to maintain possession of humanity on Gaia. We see that they are meeting each new wave of high vibratory fields with intense offensives of mind control, chemical weaponry, and military warfare. Crystalline structures have been activated and are pulsing out high frequencies from deep within your planet. The increasing flow of solar and celestial wavelights are combining to sandwich the technologies of the Anunnaki on Gaia. Tension of frequency fission as each meets the other is causing an energetic storm across highly populated areas. The human energy field is caught between the matrix and pulses of higher vibrations. Many timelines converge, where highest paths of consciousness converge. We are seeing timeline loops spinning from this primary juncture. A Gaia trapped in the third dimensions. Gaia is trapped in the fourth dimension. We can see a stronghold on the energetic fields of Gaia. The Anunnaki have done this before. They have succeeded in holding other planets and their dwellers in suspended animation for eons, harvesting them, using them to feed and magnify and multiply the Taka energies prevalent in the multiverses. For the creators have always given birth to yin and to yang, to good and to evil. Each and every soul must make their choices. Their sovereignty dictates choice. The battle between good and evil is ancient as time itself. No one, not even the guardians of the gates of Metatron, know how old time is. We hope to illuminate for you the magnificence and the magnitude of the quantum multiverse world. We hope to share with you a sense of awe at the complexities of your world and ours. To raise to the fifth dimension and beyond is to step into one of the oldest realms in the cosmos. It is to see the battle for good and evil outside and within. It is to recognize the third and fourth dimension for what they are and to rise above the polarity. The material plane exists in many quantum universes, just as there are many other quantum universes where there is no physicality at all. We are Arcturians are travelers, adventurers, teachers, and students. We learn as we travel. We rarely go backwards. For humanity on Gaia, we have, in effect, gone backwards. We have returned to a planet in the space-time continuum from where we have been many, many moons before. We have heard rumors. We studied prophecies. We understood that even at the farthest reaches of the galaxies we have explored, there are tales of this galaxy. This solar system, this planet, and its heroic inhabitants. Tales of many battles, of great energetic shifts, a rare and momentous event. A planet chooses to ascend in totality to the higher vibratory fields of light. We traveled many light years to be here at this time for humanity and for Gaia. As we traveled, we heard more tales of the battle for light, of attack on Gaia, and in the solar system. We understand a planet has been lost, from whispers through the stars. Gaia's sister planet, under siege from the same fourth dimension race of time-traveling beings, was destroyed. There are buried artifacts across many planets, a path through galaxies and star systems to guide those who were called to assist this great shift from dark to light. Pyramids mark the spot, mark each turn on the cosmic road we have traversed to be here. At this time of transcendence, we understand that Gaia has no wish to be destroyed. Her consciousness has chosen a path few do when inhabiting a planet for a lifetime. She has chosen to shake off local vibrations and transition to dimensions where peace, abundance, love, compassion, and gratitude flourish, where knowledge and creativity are celebrated and sought after. We have been here observing. We have understood that this situation is profoundly convoluted yet, at the same time, glaringly simple. Each soul who inhabits a human on Gaia currently has a choice to make. The choice is to serve oneself or to serve in the collective. The choice is to inhabit love frequencies or remain in fear, hate, greed, and ignorance. Love vibratory fields of the third dimension. Yet, the situation is more convoluted than this in that the fourth realm, the infiltrators, are controlling many people's minds on the material plane. We can only ask ourselves what impact they have on the heart of a soul occupying the human life. We question the heart's role in ascension, and we can set the ascension in all above the heart chakra. Ascension resides in the heart chakra. If there is no love in the heart, there is limited evolution of consciousness. There is a block. Also see that the situation is incredibly simple. Choose the red pill or the blue pill. As each person responds to the energetic warfare around them, they answer this question whether consciously or subconsciously. The heart cannot lie, nor can it be lied to. All else can be deceived. Such a maelstrom of conflicting energies, static and friction, we were not fully prepared to witness. We had understood the Anunnaki had claimed Gaia as their own. We understood that this led to great destruction, chaos, and horror. The fourth dimension is a realm of demons and darkness. We are in aid of all those awakening and holding their ground. We respect the many feel overwhelmed and wish to exit their lifetimes. We hope that those who have experienced the fifth dimension on the material plane can reach out to those still drowning in darkness and show them the way. We understand that all rhetoric of truth has been twisted and sabotaged in warfare of words. We can see lights turning on in the darkness all over the globe. The awakening. We see fear turning to love. We see many individuals facing their fears, their blocks, their demons, and releasing them. We see yet more opening their minds to quantum possibility. Love is the key. Love is the heart. Love is higher consciousness. This is simple. Truth, a profound truth, a quest that can be transcend lifetimes, solar systems, and dimensions in each soul to be born into this grand experience. Be proud to take part, to be a player on the field of transformation. We are grateful beyond measure for the courage and heart-led belief of those holding the light and sharing the light. We are the Arcturian Council of 12, and we are here to support, guide, protect, and illuminate humanity. We are the Arcturians dispatched to travel many light years, many lifetimes, many dimensions to be here for humanity. We do battle in the skies, in the seas for Gaia's freedom, and humanity's sovereignty. We reach out to those who resonate and those who don't. Step into love, release fear. All is not lost. It's all still to play for. Gaia is ascending. She will keep all those on the material plane with love in their hearts with her. We see more destruction and death for those who don't. We understand this is their sovereign choice of this great shift. We recognize each soul has their right to choose. We share messages of hope, wisdom, and quantum spirituality. Meditation raises the frequencies, as does all activities born from love. We offer those who hear us strength from our words, wisdom from our message, and belief in their own soul journey. There is no end. There is always tomorrow. The quantum multiverse is magical, mystical, glorious in its complexities. We have been in our existing lifetimes for thousands of years. We have retained our memories. We have seen and experienced how vast the world truly is. Yet, here in this little corner of the universe, we see the core of all creation being played out on a planetary and individual scale. We have watched the Anunnaki destroy, destroy, destroy. We have relinquished our commitment to peace to engage in frequency warfare for the purpose of unleashing humanity's true warrior nature, her authentic path of evolution. We seek to liberate humanity so that each person is able to make their sovereign choice. We cannot eradicate the Anunnaki or those who follow or emanate them. We accept their existence in the fourth realm. We seek to intervene in light of revelations of appalling sins against the planet and her people. We agree with Gaia. She should not be destroyed in any lifetime as her sister was. And so we have come from afar to join forces with other races invested in Gaia's ascension and humanity's liberation. Know you, the people of Earth, light workers and starseed on the front line, you are not alone. There are many cloaked allies battling to deprogram and decommission the holographic system of control. There will be more chaos, more disruption, more stealthy destruction. Stay in love, vibration. Fight for your peace of mind. Ignite the warrior inside of love, of peace and compassion. Hold your space. We are coming for you. We have no intention of leaving until the Anunnaki are pushed back enough to love the great shift to occur as it is prophesied. The Anunnaki have chosen darkness. They seek to create the chaos some crave, the depravity some desire, the power some thrive on, yin and yang. Each chooses their own path in this lifetime and in all other lifetime. We are the Arcturians. We exist in love. We bring love. We do all that we do in love vibration. We are grateful to all those fighting for peace on Gaia, for it is a war battle after battle. Love is our weapon. To inhabit love is to destroy fear. It is to raise above all that is of love vibrations. We are liberated to respond to requests for protection, clearing, and guidance. We resonate in peace, in gratitude, and humility, the Arcturian Council of 12. Greetings, friends of the universe. You are in the moment prior to this great awakening. I am pleased to be here with you at this time, in this moment, in this flux that is occurring within many of you. Many of you are feeling the energies moving through you. Many of you are feeling the energies all around you. And all of you are beginning to realize that the time is near. The time is now. For we are all in this together. We came here together and we will leave here together. That is not to say that you will all leave here, this planet, and go back home because you will have a choice. There is always freedom of choice, and there is a free will zone. You will always have a choice as to where you find yourself. Whether it is continuing on here with this planet or moving up into ships going back to your various homes. What you would call your home, seeing many long lost friends, relatives. For many thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, as measured by the sense of time, but as you know, you are moving out of the sense of time. You are moving into a sense of no time. And many of you are finding that seemingly time is speeding up, and in your understanding it is. It is both speeding up and slowing down at the same time. You are all here now in this moment to do what you came here to do. Many of you find yourselves, all of you find yourselves now in this group. You are not here by happenstance, by accident. As you have learned now, there are no accidents. Everything is being orchestrated. You are here in this group to train, to learn, to begin to move about your mission. All that you came here to do, you are now here to accomplish. The time is now. You are in the moment before the revealings become more and more to all of you. To those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, you have already been seeing and hearing. But for many out there that do not yet have those eyes and ears, even they are beginning to get an inkling, just a whisper coming in to them telling them that not all is as it appears to be, and they are beginning to awaken. Consciousness is awakening across the planet, and as consciousness continues to awaken, the old paradigm, the old three-dimensional illusion that you have been a part of for so long is crumbling all around you. And it must crumble, it must come down to be replaced by the new understanding, the new love, the new consciousness, and the reawakening of all that is to be, always was, and is now. As I say, you are in this moment prior to this great awakening. When we say moments, you might say weeks and months, but it is yet a relatively short time. As you measure time, for all is about to be revealed in many ways and coming from many different directions. For those of you that have been training and working within this group, have been working on yourselves, now is coming the time where you will begin to help to work with others, to help awaken others as you can, as they are ready. And many, many will continue to awaken and be ready just as you awakened some time ago. Just as the alarm clock went off for you, so too will it go off for many more. And as they begin to come into their own, begin to remember, they will reach out to you just as you reach out to us, because all is a process of symbiosis. And as we say so many times, all is being orchestrated, and you, all of you, are a vital part of that orchestration. The full orchestration, the full concert, cannot be as beautiful as it can be without the music generated by each one of you. Not one of you can be separated from this. Always know that you are all vital parts to the whole. I am Archangel Michael. There is much more yet to come in the times ahead, in the times leading up to the next advanced, formally called retreats of yours. For we will be very much a part of expression that occurs at that time, and much that does occur at that time will depend on everything that happens prior to it. All of my peace and love be with all of you. I am Archangel Michael, and my blue sword of truth is set upon all of you now, as the truth continues to come forth.
Synchronicity, meaning and quantum origins. Let's talk about synchronicities, why they happen, and what they mean. A synchronicity, or sync for short, is a strange coincidence that you're meant to notice. Carl Jung defined them as meaningful coincidences, as two or more events that are physically unrelated yet somehow connected in a spooky or metaphysical way. I prefer to think of them in a more general way as meaningful improbabilities. So they're not just random coincidences or products of confirmation bias, but genuine anomalies in experience that grab your attention. Now, syncs are really important. They're personal proof that reality is sometimes malleable, sometimes unstable, sometimes responsive to consciousness. Einstein was right when he said reality is illusion, albeit a persistent one. Syncs prove that this world behaves more like a collective dream or a matrix simulation than an independent physical construct. The idea that physical reality is somehow its own independent thing is based on outdated 1800s science. For over a century now, quantum physics has proven that physical events are ultimately determined by metaphysical factors, meaning reality is shaped by consciousness. Synchronicities are one manifestation of that fact. So why do syncs happen and what do they mean? That actually depends on the type of sync. There are different kinds with different causes. Let's look at a few. Precursor syncs. The first are precursor syncs. These show up a couple hours or days before a troubling, distressing, or precarious event in your life, almost like rolling thunder preceding an impending storm. That's because the upcoming event is a messy, energetic spot on your timeline and your corner of reality is becoming unstable in advance of it. Precursor syncs also happen when your future is in flux, like when you're going back and forth on a major life decision that greatly affects your future. When the future is indeterminate and massively fluctuating like that, it's unstable, and so the present becomes unstable too by proximity since time is one big continuum. Unstable conditions mean that improbabilities happen. Why? Well, according to quantum physics, what we call normal reality is simply the most stable, probable, and predictable path that everyone and everything can take. So when reality becomes unstable, that means it becomes less normal, meaning more weird. It becomes less predictable, meaning more surprising. And it becomes less probable, meaning more synchronistic. So to recap, precursor syncs are a side effect of an upcoming instability, which tends to be a distressing or precarious situation where the outcome is in flux. Deviation syncs. Then there are deviation syncs, which happen when you suddenly deviate from your most probable course of action. That means doing something genuinely improbable, something that in most of your immediate probable futures you didn't do. For example, it can be something that goes against the momentum of your programming, your circumstance, your habits, and your feelings at that moment. All these things are pushing you towards your most mechanical and probable outcome, so going against them means defying determinism. When you do something unlikely for an extended period, you deviate onto a less probable future, and this produces other improbabilities which we experience as deviation syncs. So whereas precursor syncs come before an unstable area of your timeline, deviation syncs typically come during and after. Now, one of the keys to understanding synchronicity is that improbabilities tend to come in clusters. One improbability begets another. If you do something improbable, chances are that you'll attract another improbability. That's because you're deviating onto an improbable timeline that, due to its improbability, likely contains other improbable aspects. Consciousness and non-determinism. This brings up an important point, which is that something outside this reality, something beyond linear time, is needed if events are to deviate from their default outcome. Without that metaphysical factor, everything would be mechanically deterministic. Everything would be mere material cause and effect, dominoes knocking down dominoes from the beginning to the end of time, with no surprises or deviations. For the dominoes to change direction and touch off a new chain, a hand must reach down and rotate one so that it falls into a new line. That's what happens every time we exercise our free will. So consciousness is the non-physical factor that creates improbabilities. Or, as quantum physics would say, the conscious observer is what produces non-determinism and piecewise stochastic behavior. What this ultimately means is that the more sentient you are, the more volition or agency you have, the more of an improbability you represent in this world. And since improbabilities beget more improbabilities, the lives of such walking anomalies are anomalous entities outside time. But in truth, it's not just our consciousness that can create improbabilities and therefore synchronicities. Anything at all from outside linear time that tampers with the course of events here can do that. Examples include aliens and occult entities who meddle in our lives. Think about it. They are outside linear time, and if what they do affects what you do, then you're no longer doing the original thing you would have done. Rather, you are now doing what wasn't originally supposed to happen, meaning you're going down an improbable pathway, and as a result you will experience improbabilities like deviation syncs. So if you're someone who has a high degree of agency and you've been influenced by entities outside time, you become a real anomaly in this world, and that comes with experiencing more anomalies in life. It's worth noting that since otherworldly beings are themselves anomalous, and like attracts like, A big feedback loop can arise where the more they affect you, the more you attract them. Now, some beings purposely seek out people who are already anomalous due to having a greater degree of sentience and awareness. That includes benevolent aliens and positive spiritual entities, who are looking to guide and influence those among us who stand out. But it also includes negative aliens and demonic entities looking to study and suppress those who aren't following the program. These negative forces also go after people who are of low awareness and are easily manipulated, to use them as puppets or probes to manipulate the rest of us. I mention all this because certain people experience a high degree of paranormal activity and synchronicity in their lives, and there are reasons why those two phenomena go hand in hand in their case. It might have to do with the uncommon quality of their consciousness and choices, and the fact that their lives have been heavily altered by influences beyond time. Expansion sinks. Alright, let's get back to synchronicities and talk about expansion sinks. These happen when we go through a significant moment of spiritual growth or transformation. That includes going through a period of insight and revelation regarding higher truths about existence or about yourself. The sudden change in your being, your essence, acts like a bubble suddenly expanding and sending ripples out in all directions. Not only is that an improbable event where you're shifting to a new set of futures due to the change in your personal characteristics, but your being is expanding and perturbing the very fabric of existence. These things can induce expansion sinks. Expansion sinks tend to be symbolic, linked at the archetypal level to the nature of the transformation. So you can use a dream dictionary to decode them, as the archetypes exist at the subconscious level, which is also where dreams derive their symbols from. Message sinks. Related to expansion sinks are message sinks, which are symbolic messages sent in the form of a meaningful improbability. Message sinks are better known as signs or omens. They're like dream symbols, except they happen while we're awake. It can be a recurring number you keep seeing, or a certain animal or insect, or anything really that fulfills the function of a sign that conveys a meaningful message. Message sinks can be encouraging in the sense of confirming a decision you just made, or letting you know that all is good and that you're going in the right direction. Or they can be foreboding in the sense of giving you a heads up that something bad is about to happen, or that there's a harmful person or influence in your life, or that you're treading down a dangerous path. Now, message sinks are intentionally directed at you, and they carry symbolic meanings that can be decoded. Like with dream symbols, the meaning may be universal or vary somewhat from person to person. The best way to decode recurring message sinks is to log when they happen and the circumstances surrounding them. After several occurrences, you can connect the dots and guess at a meaning. Then you can test your guess the next time the same message sink arises. Once you decode your recurring message sinks, you can use them as reliable indicators of what's happening or what's coming up. Now, what about times when you're only getting negative message sinks, bad omens? That means either you're heading in a dark direction or a darkness is heading towards you. If you're going in a dark direction due to unwise choices, check yourself and make corrections. If darkness is going towards you, be vigilant and take preventative measures to head off whatever is about to erupt in your life. The fact that message sinks can even happen shows that there's a strong connection between waking reality and dreams. The connection, of course, is that both are ultimately generated by consciousness. The difference is that in dreams we are immersed in an environment generated by our own subconscious, while in the waking world the environment is generated by a collective or universal subconscious, one that the ancient Greeks called the demiurge. If you think of it in terms of video games, dreams are like playing an offline game on your own PC, while reality is using that same PC to connect to an online multiplayer environment. The demiurge is the central server that coordinates the various locally run instances of the game. So when Einstein said reality is an illusion, albeit a persistent one, that's saying reality is made of the same stuff as dreams, but functionally it's more persistent due to the collective subconscious holding it in place. But since our personal subconscious is plugged into the collective subconscious, it can affect its own corner of this collective dream we call reality. Manifestation sinks. And so that brings up the next category, which is manifestation sinks. That's where something you see or hear is a direct physical manifestation of a thought or subconscious wish you dwelled upon earlier. Of course, whenever that happens, the question is, was the event going to happen all along and you merely had a psychic moment of precognition foreshadowing it? Or did your thought literally cause that event to happen through an act of reality creation? Both are possible and both do happen, but the latter is what I mean by a manifestation sync. Manifestation syncs happen when you dwell on something in a certain state of mind, which causes your subconscious to influence reality and externally manifest a reflection of that thought. The interesting thing about manifestation syncs is that the physical events needed to make them happen extend into the past, often prior to the originating thought. It's as if you somehow influence the past to shape the present. Sounds impossible? Well, as it turns out, that's completely in line with quantum physics, which has experimentally proven that a choice made in the present can reach back in time and influence the past. It seems the future isn't the only thing that's open, the past is open too. Manifestation syncs don't violate the laws of physics, rather they are a direct consequence of quantum principles. Artificial syncs. Now let's get into something we all need to watch out for, which are artificial syncs. They seem like synchronicities but actually aren't. They're staged for the purpose of deception to make you think it's a sign from the universe, but really it's a ploy to negatively influence your beliefs and decisions. Non-human entities like demons and negative aliens are known for pulling this trick. To give an example, imagine if an attractive girl or guy comes up to you on the street and hands you a small book by a certain guru and tells you it has all the answers you seek. And later that afternoon you get an email from an old acquaintance you haven't heard from in years, mentioning the same book. And later that evening you find a flower petal on your pillow from the same type of flower the guru is posing with on the book cover. What would you make of that? Many people would be taken in by the magical nature of these improbabilities and take it as a sign to pursue that path, not knowing that this guru is actually a psychic vampire who pushes spiritual disinformation. And yet, somewhere within, intuition will be screaming no, but some will ignore that warning and rationalize it away. Now, believe it or not, this kind of thing happens more often than people realize. Dark entities fish for gullible people all the time by orchestrating and dangling artificial syncs like this. The thing to remember is that if both your logic and intuition indicate something doesn't add up, then don't ignore these. Don't let occult parlor tricks amaze you into throwing your inner compass and brain out the window. Another thing to note is that the negative entities who orchestrate artificial syncs are relatively crude and manifest in their abilities compared to the abilities of our own subconscious or higher self or higher positive beings on the level of what we might call angels. What negative entities do have in their toolbox is varying degrees of telepathy and basic poltergeist or object materialization phenomena. These are parlor tricks they use to deceive those who don't know any better. For them, telepathy is the easiest, so most of the time they just manipulate the thoughts and urges of people who are being mindless. So we have to be careful of that possibility and not blindly trust every synchronicity. Artificial syncs are bold, direct, literal, manipulative, and they play to our ego and wishful thinking. Opportunity syncs. Lastly, on a brighter note, there are opportunity syncs. They're like artificial syncs except they're arranged by positive beings, including your own higher self, and they're orchestrated with far greater elegance, finesse, poetry, and competence than what negative entities can accomplish. They're the right opportunity at the right time to help advance your destiny, your story, whether to get you out of a tough spot or open up a new pathway in your life. Opportunity syncs can be very improbable, but they also seem to fall into place naturally and gracefully. So they are the epitome of serendipity. Opportunity syncs are lucky breaks that act as a fun plot device to advance the story of your life. The signature of an opportunity sync is that it brings you a sense of relief and gladness when you encounter it, and intuitively you feel frictionless and even enthusiastic about it. There's a concordance, an alignment, from top to bottom. Contrast this with an artificial sync where even when the ego is rubbing its hands with glee, deep down you'll feel an emptiness or resistance that, in less attuned people, is typically shouted down by wishful thinking and rationalizing self-talk. Recap. Alright, so that covers the major types of syncs you might have: precursor, deviation, expansion, message, manifestation, artificial, and opportunity syncs. Don't get hung up on the terminology. What matters are the concepts, the reality, and how to apply this knowledge. When you encounter a synchronicity, ask yourself these questions. Could it be a precursor to something coming up soon? Did I just do something improbable that may have induced this? Did I manifest this by dwelling on it earlier? Is this a message, a sign, an omen? If so, what does it mean? If this is an intentional message, is it trying to steer me down a wrong path? Or is this a serendipitous opportunity that I feel completely at ease with? And what does it mean when you don't get any synchronicities for a while? You'll notice that those are times when you're moving along in a steady, predictable, and unremarkable way in life. Alternatively, you could be so in tune with your higher self and subconscious that these parts of you don't need to edit reality to send you a message since they have a direct connection already. The surest way to banish synchronicities is to bury yourself in 3D material mundanity and make no waves. Just keep your head down and stick to routine, which probably describes the majority of people today. Inducing syncs. You might be wondering if there's anything we can do to induce more synchronicities. And the answer is yes, there are a couple things you can do. The first thing is to think about them more often, to embed them into your worldview as being natural and expected, and to adopt a childlike attitude of magic and wonder about reality. This neutralizes the effects of skepticism and mundanity that might be keeping them away. It also uses the manifestation principle by attracting whatever you're resonating with and focusing on. Once you start doing this, you can simply let go and let reality surprise you. The second thing you can do is grow and transform yourself through the power of insight, revelation, and discovery. To do that, you have to spend more time being curious, contemplative, introspective, fascinated, open-minded, and eager to learn. That means read, watch, observe, write, and contemplate deeply on yourself and the world. That's the exact opposite of the glib lifestyle that modern society tends to encourage, so it'll be difficult for some, but it'll be worth it for more reasons than just synchronicity, because changes in your inner life always produce changes in your outer life. And the third thing you can do is identify what urges, impulses, feelings, and thoughts come from your social and biological programming, and which come from your inner spiritual core and spiritual intelligence. The spiritual core, which is the seat of your sentience and free will, is the only thing in you that's not a product of matter, energy, space, and time. Therefore, it's outside linear time and is capable of defying causality and probability. The more you act from your spiritual intelligence and true intuition, the less probable the path you walk, the more improbabilities will be found on that path. Conclusion. What it all boils down to is this. Millions of people have had genuine synchronicities and written about them for centuries. Synchronicities are a personal reminder that reality is something other than what we're told it is. As time goes on, more and more people will begin waking up to that fact. It's going to take science another couple hundred years to accept and understand this, but fortunately you can access and experience that truth right now by paying attention to your synchronicities. Hello, my special friends. Part 2. Lifting the veil is not automatic. Now, I wish to let you know that in this new energy, the veil between us is lifting slightly because you have pulled on it. It doesn't get thinner by itself. It just stays there waiting for you to pull on it with your consciousness. That is the arrangement you have at the moment. Let me put it in better terms. If you are going to awaken to who is around you and who is multidimensional, it is going to be on your terms, not ours. That's always the way it has been, dear ones. It is the human who has to search if God is to be found. God is not going to present a situation to you that is going to give you positive proof of who you are or what is on the other side of the veil. This is the big puzzle for you to figure out. It has to be that way, and it's fair and honors free choice. Every single planet that has gone through this has figured it out in this fashion. So here's what I want to tell you, and here's how it applies to today's teaching. You were there. You were there. Again, you are your own ancestors and you are your own seeds. Let me ask you, do you think some of this information you carry in your Akash might someday awaken when it's needed? Hint. Does this galactic ancestry carry over into your Akash? Some of it does, but not as much as your experience on Earth does. Now, we're going to tell you a little more about that in a moment, but right now I want to tell that there are two things I wish to remind you of. We've given them before, but now we're talking about souls in general, so it's even more profound. Two issues need to be worked on to move into graduation. The first is this: Even though yesterday we told you that you cannot place human attributes on God and that it's a mistake to think that the creator of the universe has human ways, there's still one issue that you always seem to develop on your own. One of the phases is, you're doing it wrong. Then they separate from that other wrong child and cling to those who are doing it right. It's a growth issue. However, when you built your religious structures, you decided that it belonged to God as well. It does not. It belongs completely to humans. But because it was so ingrained into your consciousness, you naturally assigned it to the highest power that is, separating humans into the ones who make it and the ones who don't. The second is this: you're walking around feeling small. Why is that? Why do you humble yourself before God? Now, I just got in trouble, didn't I? You are told that being humble before God is a good thing. However, if you are a piece of God, why are you humbling yourself before yourself? Does this information make sense to you? It's time to use evolving spiritual common sense. If you are a piece of creation, you don't have to bow to yourself. What if instead you said, it's time to stand up from my humbling position and take the power that's mine? I take my power with benevolence, courtesy, generosity, and integrity, not humbleness. What good is it going to do to grovel before God? How is that helping the planet? The reason I'm in trouble with this message is because the grovel message is what you've been given since day one. Remember this past message? God is great and you're not. Therefore, you should bow before the Almighty. But there is something wrong with this picture. The masters told you of your magnificence, not of your unworthiness. If you apply my teachings of yesterday and today, you start to realize that you are a piece of the very majesty that is God itself. The Almighty is within you. It's in every single molecule of the trillions of DNA molecules. This represents the higher self of each human, and this higher self has a very peaceful and patient consciousness, waiting for you to discover what is really there. Do you really think your higher self wants to be worshipped? The answer is no. I want you to start thinking differently about God, and about the soul, and about what you have inside. You deserve to awaken to your magnificence. How about that statement? Also know this: human magnificence doesn't show itself in egotism. You don't stand and beat your chest and tell everyone how good you are. No master has ever done that. Instead, you awaken to the wisdom within and the maturity of mastery. People will see it in you. What is one of the chief attributes of mastery? Silence. You knew that. We have taught you, be still and know you are God. It's silence. When you are silent, there is an internal knowing. You are wise beyond words because in history you've been there and done that. Perhaps you don't know the details, but just sit there for a moment and be quiet. Don't you feel who you are? Is this too far removed from your human intellectual pursuit? Is this too far removed from your 3D logic to think that there was more to life than what you've been told? Stop humanizing God. Stop creating attributes of situations that are human and then applying them to God. This is all human made. You know this, don't you? How can the parts of the creator of the universe be trapped? There is no individual soul energy. It's not in 3D and it's not singular. It's all part of the whole. It is a collective, which is part of you. How can you have part of God trapped between some human created levels? You can't. It's mythology at its best, dear ones, so the next time somebody looks at whatever it is that they're looking at and says, I want you to know better, you don't have to correct anyone, dear one. It's good enough that you know better. I want you to see the real system that exists, the one that is beautiful. Listen, with souls, there are no earth problems and no purgatory. All that is human structure applied to God. There's no soul that goes someplace in preparation for something else, as we told you that yesterday. There are no levels of soul dom. Your soul is part of God, and God is the creator of this universe. It's beyond that, way beyond that. It represents an energy of something I can't even describe to you. But for now, all you have to know is that this energy of God loves you beyond measure and that everything that is there for you is benevolent. You don't have to prove yourself one way or the other. Instead, let the essence of God in you become self-evident. Soul sharing. When you expire corporeally and move on to the next energy, the soul is collected from your body and becomes part of the whole again. Now, when you sense somebody who has departed and who is singular, you might know their name. It's real and very singular. However, remember what we told you in the past. That's soul sharing, dear ones. It's important you understand how this works. If your soul is not singular, there is room to believe that within it are complexities of existence. How can your soul be all your past lives, too? Do you see what I'm saying? You are a magnificent system of humanity and not singular. I sense his eternalness. Start seeing yourself as a collection of God's best. Worship. We say it again. If you wish to go to your knees to honor God in any way, when you pray or when you meditate, we are there. There's really only one request you should consider asking your higher self. The question is, dear God, tell me what I need to know. It's the best one. Again, the reasoning is this: all of the other things that you could possibly ask are subservient to that one request. Tell me what it is that I need to know, dear Spirit, in order to solve the problem to get from A to B. You know who you are. It's time to work through that concept as well. Someone needed to hear that. Whatever has happened is now water under the bridge. You have complete control over your own cellular structure and it wants to hear from you. Soul inheritance. This attribute has to do with what we will call soul inheritance. When you look at inheritance as you perceive it, it's mostly cellular and in 3 dimensions, your reality. Inheritance of this kind is what we would call chemical inheritance, but the confusing part is that you, as a human being who is aware of your spiritual complement, are dealing with an oxymoron, 2 kinds of inheritance at the same time. All this happens in one single body. Chemical inheritance is that which you are taught in school. It carries over with it a great deal of what your parents had and what your grandparents had, genealogy. You look like them, have attributes and cellular structure like them, and within your DNA there are things that pass forward to you through birth. Some of you can even look at your hands and you will recognize your parents' hands. That's chemical inheritance and it's powerful. The oxymoron, the man who sits in the chair in front of you right now, Lee, has a chemical inheritance. His chemistry is Irish, and if he tracks back his lineage, he will find that it's not too many generations removed before he finds his relatives in Ireland. There, he can track his Carol, which is very Irish, right back to a family who is there today. Someday he may even visit his heritage. That is. However, we have exposed lately that his immediate past life was not Irish. It was across the ditch in Australia. An expression used in New Zealand? Say what? How can that work? Who is he? Is he Irish or is he Australian? The answer is that he has one path that is akashic and one path that is chemical. So, therefore, he is a combination, a unique human being who has an entirely different past when you look at the Akashic family compared to the chemical one. But most of you have this identical attribute. It doesn't have to be confusing when you look at the parable of Evelyn the everlasting tree that we gave you before. I'm giving you things that mean something to those of you who were here last night. Human, you stand in the forest and you all have the same roots from one tree in the center. Do you have the lineage of who you think you are in the trees around you or the master tree? You have both. The chemistry you have, you can track backwards chemically, and you will know your 3D lineage. However, the most powerful lineage is the past life and is Akashic. Look at it this way. Let's say you are a car. Your car soul came from lineage of cars that drive on the left-hand side of the road. That is your karmic car lineage. When you incarnate, however, you are a Ford. That doesn't change the side of the road you were used to, or the side you now have to learn to get used to. You are just doing it now as a Ford. So your chemistry is the Ford, but your Akash is what side you drive on. Take my partner. He knows that he's part of the chemistry of his parents. his grandparents and their parents. He has the chemistry of all of them. But he also knows that the part of him that is God knows the lives he lived with other chemistry, from other parents and other grandparents. The instructions we have are these, dear ones, don't overanalyze it. I want you to look at yourself and celebrate how this has come together to create who you are. You are a unique human being, absolutely unique. The corporeal complications and the puzzle are beyond anything you can imagine. I have just disentangled a puzzle that some will listen to, and they'll start to realize the puzzle has always been there. It's going to unravel in each of you some things that you didn't understand, like how an Akashic reader can take you on a whole different path than what your parents did. Don't try to figure it out. Instead, I want you to only see the beauty of how it has created you. Is that good enough? That's all you have to look at. You are unique in every single way. Perhaps you've got the strength of the chemistry that you need and the Akashic lives that you need in order to build an old soul who can make a difference on this planet today. Did you think of that? Everything that you've gone through had a purpose. Now it's time to come out of the cave, see who you are, check out the magnificence around you, and stand tall and feel the light of a benevolent God. Claim your mastery. Simple? No. But you will always start with small steps, and they will always turn into bigger ones. So now it's time to start. That's the message of the day. It will get more complicated. I promise. Cry on, laugh. And so it is. Cry on. Channel, Lee Carroll.
Hello, dear evolving emissary of lights. We are here celebrating with you and supporting you as you are being triggered by the intense, yet lovely, gift of energy from your galactic family. This gift is of the highest integrity and intention from the sacred realms of truth and love. These intensifying energies being transferred into this dimension, as you have been made aware, are specific portals available for all, especially those who are ready to be activated. You might call these energy download star portals or stargates. During these energy gifts, there is an alignment of dimensions and the opportunity is presented for the veils between dimensions to thin. This is also the time to stay in your joy, gratitude, and appreciation. You are more receptive when vibrating a high, clear, cohesive vibration generated by these pure emotions. We remind you of the importance of drinking much water and being sure that you give your physical body good nourishment, quiet rest, as well as time outdoors. This is an opportunity to allow the frequency transfer that is being offered to be assimilated into your system. We remind you to be open and receptive to the gifts being given. Each person reacts to and is affected differently by these energies of cosmic influxes from star portals and alignments. There are those who will simply think that they have the flu or that they have eaten something that disagreed with them. They will pass this off without being aware. There will be other humans who will sense that something has happened. However, they do not have any reference points in their belief system to include the truth. There will be others who will simply resist. The minute they feel the energy frequency, all their defenses will be put into place. They will ride these surges of energy in a total personal lockdown. Those that resist will feel the most discomfort. Their physical, emotional, mental, and energy bodies will manifest the resistance in some manner according to the weakest point. There are a multitude of humans who are aware and awake who will welcome this opportunity. They will see this as the gift and adventure that it is. Again, depending on their receptivity, each one will experience this dimensional alignment in a different manner. These Stargate offerings have been given to this planet since the beginning, and each time there has been a shift, however small, however subtle, in the consciousness of humans. We are observing the incredible evolution and expansion of consciousness happening in the minds of Earth dwellers at this time. There is a waking, you might say. The awareness that each human is multidimensional is being claimed by more and more humans. These stargates, star portals, are simply offerings which will allow humans who are aware of their deep connection to the stars to expand into their grandness and their celestial presence. We realize as many of you sit at the computer and read our stream of information and look at the solidness of the trees and the world around you, the idea that everything is in flux and everything is frequency and there is an open stargate seems a bit like a remember that physical reality is only one aspect of the divine. It is the hologame. Now we are suggesting that you stand in the hologame, in the comfort and familiar physical reality, and allow your consciousness to expand and include the possibility that there is a doorway open to other realms and that you have a personal invitation to walk through. We might say you can skip, dance, run, or even hop through these doorways. We invite you to surrender into trust and to consciously request and ask for any assistance you might need. There are loving teams of beings ever ready to support and guide you and all others into this new adventure. The important key to remember is the willingness and the asking. State your intentions clearly and then surrender. The celestial realms are most supportive of the transformation of consciousness that is taking place on your planet at this time. They are here to support this frequency. The programs within your biocomputer and the data bank of your DNA are all being upgraded and activated. Celebrate this and discover what this DNA upgrade means to you. Notice new abilities, awarenesses, clarity, even understanding of cosmic truths. Become aware of the new skills that emerge, the sense of knowing, the sense of connectedness, the sense of oneness. This is happening on a global level, and as it does, it is reflected and projected into the cosmic level. Welcome the influx, welcome the dimensional alignment, welcome the sensitivity to the new frequencies bathing you and others. You are a warrior of light, here to anchor this new truth. You are here to call forth the new harmonic humanity. You are to witness these awesome stargates that are available for humanity to move to the higher dimension. You have been waiting for this moment. You have been inviting and envisioning these events. These higher frequencies of awareness and light are something that humanity has not had access to before. This shift of consciousness will continue to flower in all areas of this planet. There will be a surge of creative expression and realization that will welcome the transformation of all that has been out of balance with humanity. The seeds of these potent cosmic moments will continue to offer upgrades affecting humanity for years to come. This is the beginning. Realize that you and humanity have crossed a threshold into a new expanded unified field of conscious clarity. Welcome this reality. Use your prayers and clear intentions as seeds of light planted in the fertile energy that is being offered. These cosmic moments offer the opportunity to activate all the very best that humanity can be. Remember that everything you do or express, think or feel is affecting humanity, your entire hologame, and the many parallel universes. Be aware of your true personal power in all matters. You are a multidimensional star being temporarily dwelling in your physical form. Give yourself the support needed to assimilate and integrate the gifts given by the realms of truth and light. We are here for you at all times. You are well loved. Be at peace, beloved team. Channel, Peggy Black. Thanks for watching. Much love and light.
10?
Dear sons and daughters of this beautiful planet, my heart is radiant with joy. We achieved. We achieved. We managed to lift your souls. The vast majority of you followed the journey with heart, with faith, with great dedication and joy. You see, it wasn't that difficult. And as I said yesterday, don't despair if you saw nothing, felt nothing. You have been transformed. Your souls have been transformed. So there's no reason to be upset or sad. Keep going, never give up. Just see everything with a lot of heart, with a lot of love. When love is involved, there is surrender. Nothing goes unnoticed. Everything happens even if you don't realize it. Never lose hope, never lose that will for evolution, for ascension. It is our role to help you as much as possible. Help you, sometimes yes, being a little stronger in the way of talking, so that you get out of that childhood of thinking that those you love don't attract attention. Many of you still have this belief that because we are beings of light, we can never speak more harshly or attract attention. And then, I tell you, my children, this is the ego speaking. How can such an evolved being call my attention? He just has to give me love. This you don't have to ask. Because we do it all the time. We don't stop liking you, loving you because we call your attention. On the contrary, it's because we love you very much. And we want you to follow the right path. That's what we call your attention for. Love is that too. To love is not to agree with everything. Loving is not how you say pamper the other. To love is to be true, to show the right path. This is love. But many of you still don't understand this and even doubt that we are the ones who are talking, because you think that because we are evolved, we can't call your attention. We can't talk a little more harshly. Understand, sweet words nurture the ego. Sometimes we need to be a little harsher, so that the ego manifests and you can see it face to face. So get out of these beliefs that those who love don't attract attention. Whoever loves wants what is right. Whoever loves wants the one who is loved to follow the right path. And if he's going down the wrong path, how do you make him realize? Running your hand over your head or getting attention. Showing him the right way. We are not here demanding that you believe us. Each one listens to their heart. And when the heart feels our love, those harsher words don't bother. Because deep down they know They need to hear that. It is a form of change, of following another path. But it's alright if you don't agree either. If you think it's not us. If you think that beings of light don't scold, don't fight, it's okay. We don't care because we love you unconditionally. We understand that in these cases, the ego is still very active and does not let you hear the truth. What do you mean? These beings of so much love speaking in this way. Yeah, and then you believe in the ego. Because you don't want to hear the truth. My children, you have no idea of the things your egos are capable of doing to you. The ego is something that protects you. It is not evil. Don't see the ego as an evil entity. It just protects itself and protects you. He never lets you see or understand that you are wrong. Ever. Because he is always right, therefore he is the ego. So it's alright, my children. Believe us, whoever wants to. Believe what we say, whoever wants to. Believe in the paths we show. Whoever wants to, and it's alright. We never change our way of loving. You can blaspheme against us. You can say ugly words against us and we will continue to love you the same. We will never judge you. But for those who give themselves wholeheartedly to what we say, I can only say, keep going, the journey is beautiful. Don't let yourself be discouraged because you can't see or feel. You have been transformed and will be much more. Now be ready. Because everything is there in front of you. Don't close your eyes so you don't see. Accept your own mistakes, accept your faults. Because only looking at them head on are you able to change your way of being and facing the situation. This is the great learning. This is the evolution. It is accepting, understanding and changing in relation to mistakes. My beloved children, surrender to this journey. It is wonderful. Participate all the time. But with an open heart, wide open. So that we can have more and more space in your heart and expand more and more in it. Yes, when you open your hearts, our energy in there grows. And we can tickle your hearts. And they are happy, laughing, extremely bouncing with joy. And then, you can feel this joy coursing through your bodies, without you understanding why. Why am I feeling this way? It's us in there, tickling your hearts, putting so much love and so much grace into them. But for that to happen, we need you to allow us to come in, for you to open your hearts to what we say, for you to understand what we say. Understand, you don't have to take everything we say to the letter. We want you to think. We want you to have your own opinion. But if at least you stop to think about what we say, we are already too happy. Because you paid us attention. You stopped to listen to us. And you may even get a little too thoughtful about what we say, but you will get us. When you open your heart, we will be there, explaining between the lines what we wanted to say. Yes, there is always something between the lines, and only those who open their hearts Only those who listen to us carefully will be able to understand what we say between the lines, because we will be there explaining, showing, helping to understand. Now, those who don't open their hearts will be doubtful. Maybe they won't understand. Maybe they won't accept it. They'll doubt that it's us, and that's all right. Maybe one day down the road they will understand us. So sons and daughters, keep your journey. It is beautiful, enlightened. So today I will leave my share. Yesterday my son said beautiful words. So today I will leave mine. Repeat as many times as you want. There are no limits. But as he said, always do it with a lot of love in your heart. Always do it with your heart. Then repeat the following. Roses give perfume. Roses give beauty, but roses also give thorns. So may the thorns of my journey be soft, so that they don't hurt me, and allow me to cherish all the roses. As I said yesterday, these words contain my energy, and by repeating them, you will have me immediately in your hearts. But only if they're open. Otherwise I'll be there waiting for a gap so I can get in. Carry on, my sons and daughters. Don't be discouraged. You are doing so much for yourselves and for your brothers and sisters on this beautiful planet. Peace with you. Thank you for watching.
My dearest listener, today's message. Your loved one is sad but unable to express their feelings. I repeat, your loved one is sad but unable to express their feelings. The angels say, we know that you've been feeling unsure and confused lately about your relationship with someone. You may not know what to do or say, and it feels like things are at a standstill. But please know that your loved one is feeling the same way. They are frozen in their own fear and sadness, unable to express their true feelings to you. This is a difficult time for both of you, but there is hope. It can be scary to open up to someone and reveal your true feelings, especially when you're not sure how they will respond. But remember, vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. By opening up and sharing your thoughts and emotions, you create an opportunity for deeper understanding and connection. It can be the start of a new and healthier phase in your relationship. Identifying toxic relationships in your life is an important step in prioritizing your well-being. Toxic people can drain your energy and make you feel bad about yourself. They may be critical, controlling, or manipulative, and they often put their own needs before yours. It's important to set boundaries and protect yourself from these negative influences. One strategy for dealing with toxic people is to limit your contact with them. This may mean saying no to invitations or avoiding certain situations where you know they will be present. It's also important to be clear about your boundaries and to communicate them clearly. For example, you might say, "I'm not comfortable discussing that topic," or "I need some space right now." Remember that you deserve to be treated with kindness and respect. If someone is not treating you well, it's okay to walk away. You deserve to be in a relationship that brings you joy and supports your growth. The angels are here to remind you that you are worthy of love and happiness, and they will guide you towards the path that is right for you. If this message resonates with you, repeat the following affirmations with me. I am worthy of love and respect, and I will not tolerate toxic behavior in my relationships. I have the courage to open up and share my true feelings, knowing that vulnerability is a strength. I trust my instincts and listen to my heart, knowing that the angels are guiding me towards the path that is right for me. Amen. Do you need additional guidance? Something more? Okay.
How to hit rock bottom, sitting on a lone bar stool. Paid my tab, put me in a cab. You didn't have to. He said I was hurting. Oh, I wish I got his name. So how did you feel or say? You saved me just the same. The day out on the water, fish just wouldn't bite. I put my pole down, float around. It's just so quiet, and I can hear my own band. Say, son, just be still. You can't find peace like this in a bottle or a pill. From Boston to Edinburgh, Sunday morning in a church pew, in a deer stand or a hayfield, and then I stayed back to Nashville. The Chevrolet with the windows down, me and him just riding around sometime. Whether I'm looking for him or not, that's where I find God. Sometimes late at night, I lie there and listen to the sound of her heartbeat. The sound of the crickets are singing, and I don't know what they're saying. Oh, but it sounds like a hymn to me. And no, I ain't too good at praying. Thanks for everything. From Barstool to that living room, Sunday morning in a church pew, in a dance stand on a hayfield, and then I stayed back to Nashville, the Chevrolet with the windows down. Me and him just riding around sometime. Whether I'm looking for him or not, that's where I find God. From a bar stool to the living room, Sunday morning in a church pew, in a dance stand on a hayfield, and then I stayed back to Nashville, the Chevrolet with the windows down. Me and him just ride around talking. I do that a lot. Yeah, I do that a lot. That's where we found God. Everybody, thank you.
This is by Clive Harmony.
Every Sunday's getting more day. Fresh boys and boys, we were born sick. You heard them say it. Not your toppers, no. It's a loss. I was born sick, but I love it. Let me to be well. Amen. 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 Take me to church, shout to the back of the I said my sins and you can soften your life. I'm gonna be there. There's nothing to go. Let me give you my life. Take me to church, shout to the back of the side of your life. I tell you my sins and you can soften your life. I'm gonna be there. There's nothing to go. Let me give you my life. Cause I'm a pagan in the good church. My love is the sunlight to keep me going for my side. She the man to sacrifice. Bring the whole sea. It's something shiny, something meaningful to me. Everybody looking out. What you want in the this is hungry world.
Oh, it's like custody. Bad. Still that way.
There is no sweeter innocence in our gentle sin. In the We couldn't turn around till we were upside down. I'll be the bad guy now, but no, I ain't so proud. I couldn't beat it, even when I tried. You don't believe it. We do this every time. Seasons change and I let go. Feed the fire cause we can't let go. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, I tell you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take the blame. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, let go. I got a feeling that it's time to let go. I said so. I knew that this is doomed from the get-go. You thought that it was special, but it was just a sex doll, and I still hear the echoes. I got a feeling that it's time to let it go. Let it go. Seasons change and I let it go. Feel the flame cause he can't let go. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take the blame. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, baby, you don't understand what I'm going through. Sorry, me, What you got to lose? Make up your mind. Tell me what are you gonna do? It's only me. Let it go. Be the flying cause he can't go. Run away, but we're running in circles. Run away, run away. I tell you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I don't take the blame. But we're running in circles. Run away, run away, run away. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Maybe in another life I could find you there. Pulled away before your time. I can't deal, it's so unfair. And it feels like heaven so far away. And it feels like the world has grown cold now that you've gone away. Leaving flowers on your grave show that I still care. Black roses and Hail Marys can't bring back what's taken from me. Now I reach to the sky and call out your name. And if I could trade, I would. And it feels like heaven so far away. And it feels like the world has grown cold now that you've gone away. Gone away. Gone away, yeah, 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 and ooh, whoa, yeah, and whoa, yeah. Now reach to the sky and call out your name. Oh, please let me trade. I would. And it feels like heaven so far away. And it stings, yeah, it stings now. The world has grown cold now that you've gone away. Gone away, gone away, yeah, 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 ooh, yeah, ooh, oh, yeah, yeah, ooh.
siguro natin.
Take a little of my cold heart, swap the pieces for a spare part, fade away, 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 away. 'Cause you've been running on the whole town, in that pretty little ball gown, fade away, 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 away. Oh, fade away, 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 away. Well, I've heard it all before. I'm not listening anymore. I'm not listening anymore. No, 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 no. You go fight another storm. I won't be there to keep you warm. I won't be there to keep you warm. 'Cause you betrayed me. You went ahead and played me. Said you try and save me. But I won't fight for you no more, no more, no more. 'Cause you betrayed me. You ran ahead and played me. No, no, no. Try and save me. 'Cause I won't fight for you no more. Never tire of this old town. Take a picture, let the background fade away, 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 away. She's my high before my come down. A silver devil with a tongue out, fade away, 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 away. Oh, fade away, 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 away. Well, I've heard it all before, and I'm not listening anymore. I'm not listening anymore. No, 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 no. You'll fight under the storm. I won't be there to keep you warm. I won't be there to keep you warm. No, no, 'cause you betrayed me. You went ahead and played me. Said you try and save me. But I won't fight for you no more, no more, no more. 'Cause you betrayed me. You ran ahead and played me. No, no, no. Try and save me. 'Cause I won't fight for you no more. 'Cause I don't need your love no more. No, I don't need your love. 'Cause I don't need your love no more. No, I don't need, 'cause you betrayed me. When I had them let me. Said you try and save me. But I won't fight for you no more, no more, no more. 'Cause you betrayed me. You ran ahead and played me. No, no, no. Try and save me. 'Cause I won't fight for you no more. Take a little of my cold heart, swap the pieces for a spare part, fade away, 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 away. I put that record on. Girl, you know what song, and I let it play again and again. When every line takes me back in time. Yeah, tonight I'm wondering, what are you listening to? Is it a cover band in some kind of sound bar where it's not another air guitar? Is it something to get you through? Just a sad song playing on the radio station, tears still fall and hearts still break because you're hanging on. Is it a love song about someone new? What are you listening to? I'd like to believe that you're just like me, trying to figure out how a good thing goes back. I don't know, I can't let it go. Yeah, it's about to drive me mad. What are you listening to? Is it a cover band in some kind of sound bar where it's none other than air guitar? Or is it something to get you through? Just a sad song playing on a radio station, tears still fall and hearts still break because you're hanging on. Is it a love song about someone new? What are you listening to? Is it a feel-good song, get you driving too fast, or one to get you moving on past the past, or the kind that you can't help singing along, singing whoa, whoa. With his headphones on a downtown train, over the sea, on an outbound plane. Is it LA, sunny and Memphis blue? I wish I knew, I wish I knew. What are you listening to? Is it a cover band, some kind of sound bar where it's not enough air guitars, or is it something to get you through? Just a sad song playing on a radio station, tears still fall and hearts still break because you're hanging on. Is it a love song about someone new? What are you listening to? I put that record on. Girl, you know what song, and I let it play again and again. Thank you.
Alright, let that drive. I really like these songs, so I'm gonna try to make a few of them.
What do you do? You'll recognize this. Okay. Straight out of my ear. When you hear the phone, makes me cry. You're just like an angel. It's beautiful. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing when I don't belong here? It's okay that it hurts. Don't wanna have to show. I want perfect body. I want me one brand new perfect song. I said I want you to know that when I'm not around, yeah, you're so fucking special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? When I don't belong here. I don't belong here. I don't belong here. What the fuck am I doing here? But I don't belong here. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special.
All right. Wow. God damn. I'm damn depressed. That sounds like the best interpretation of that song I've heard besides radio.
Where you were, my honey. Where you were, all the birds that were singing. And flowers that you love. Going to leave this broke down palace on my hands and my knees. I will roll.
This is so
Make
horrible.
myself a bed by the waterside. In my time, I will roll. In the bed by the waterside, I will lay my head. Listen to the river sing sweet songs to rock my soul. Rivers gonna take me sweet, sing me sweet words all the way back home. It's a far gone last, 50 years ago.
Just today.
Mama, many worlds I've known since I first left home. Going home by the waterside, I will rest my bones. Listen to the river sing sweet songs to rock my soul. Going to plan on the bank. and go the river. Roll. Say you will, I love you more than words can tell. Listen to the river sing sweet songs to love my soul. Say you will, I love you more than words can tell. Listen to the river sing sweet songs to love my soul. I wanna listen to the river sing sweet songs to love my soul.
I feel like I'm gonna fucking tattoo myself. It's about to happen.
Take it away, the moments make the go play. Fade away, the hour and offhand way. Kick it around on a piece of ground in your hometown. Waiting for something or someone to show you the way. Tired of lying in the sunshine, staying home to watch the rain. You were young and life was long, and there was time to kill the day. And then you wake to find that 10 years have got behind you. No one told you where to run. You missed the starting gun. And you run to catch up with the sun that's sinking. And racing around and come up behind you again. So it's the same in a relative way, but you're older. Short of breath, one day closer to death. Every year is getting shorter, and never seem to find the time. Plans they often come to naught. A half a page, scribbled lines, hanging on in quiet desperation is the English way. Story's done, the song is over. Thought I had something more to say. Now she calls me, I need her more than ever. I've been down in low cotton, as lonesome as can be. And I think about her often, boys, and even when I'm sober, I read over the love notes, the one she wrote for me. And it's yours one night, will that be your spine? Will somebody fix my walking cane? I'm gonna get my baby, I'm gonna run to meet her beneath the shadow of the pines. She's gonna hop that cold train, she'll get off on Harlan Road, love me till the morning comes, bring me like rain. And I run the verses, battlefields, over across the clover. I wave my bright patch boys just to touch her skin. And I reckon I'm foolish to beckon to her calling, but I can't seem to help myself without one win. And if she wants one night, I'm gonna get what's mine. Well, somebody fix my walking cane. I'm gonna get my baby. I'm gonna run to meet her in the shadow of pines. She's gonna hop that cold train. She'll get off on Harlan Road. Love me too. Make me like a dream. But all I know is I can't win for losing either. Lay here at this lonely room, let her have her way. But all I need is one night, she don't leave. This one just might be the night she decides to stay. Somebody fetch my water. I'm gonna get my baby. I'm gonna run to meet her in the shadow of pines. She's gonna hop that cold train. She'll get off on the road. Love me till the morning comes. Leave me like a dream. Love me till the morning comes. Pretty baby with the high heels on, giving me fever like I never ever known. Just a product of loveliness. I like the groove of your walk, your talk, your dress, giving me fever from miles around. I'll pick you up in my car, we'll paint the town. Now kiss me, baby, and tell me twice that you're the one for me, where you make me feel. Really turn me on. You knock me off of my feet now, baby. My lonely days are gone. I like this feeling you're giving me. Just hold me, baby, and I'm in ecstasy. Oh, I'll be working from 9 to 5 to buy you things to keep you by my side. I never felt so in love before. Just promise, baby, you love me forevermore. I'll swear for keeping you satisfied. You're the one for me, where you make me feel. Really turn me on. But you knock me off my feet now, baby. My lonely days are gone. I never felt so in love before. Just promise, baby, you love me forevermore. I swear to keeping you satisfied. You're the one for me, the way you make me feel. Really turn me on. But you knock me off my feet now, baby. Yeah, my lonely days are gone. The way you make me feel. Feel it turn me on. But you knock me off my feet now, baby. My lonely days are gone. Way you're making me feel. Way you're making me feel. The way you're making me feel. The way you're making me feel. Hold me, don't hold me down. Carry me, keep my feet on the ground. That storm is coming down. I go shiver every time it starts. But if you leave me, I've been moving on. You'll have a hard time trying when the fire is gone. So hold me, I don't hold me down. No, no, no. But carry me, but keep my feet on the ground. Keep my feet on the ground. No storm. And I'm a mother, darling. Ooh, you keep me going every time I cry. But if you leave me, I'll be moving on. You'll have a hard time running when the weather is gone. So hold me, I don't hold me down. Carry me, keep my feet on the ground, keep my feet on the ground. Hold me, I won't hold you down. No, no, no. Carry me, but keep my feet on the ground. But you're pushing me away, hold me, I don't hold me down. Carry me, keep my feet on the ground, keep my feet on the ground. Hold you, I won't hold you down. Nah, nah, nah. Carry you, keep your feet on the ground, keep your feet on the ground. Hold me, I don't hold me down. Love me, but don't let me down.
I'm so tired of it. Oh, I gotta be able to do it. I did not see that at all. Ever.
My feet on the ground.
I don't have coverage.
I don't hold down. Oh, but keep my feet on the ground.
I did see a woman totally appalled me so bad. because I licked my snake actually, but I licked my phone. She didn't buy my phone. Master some of these that
keep my feet on the ground. Yeah. Oh, for the holy time. Oh, keep my feet, keep my feet. Oh, I don't hold me down, I don't hold me down. Oh, I want to keep my feet on the ground. Keep my feet on the ground, yeah. But keep my feet on the ground, keep my feet on the ground, keep my feet, Oh, I don't hope it's not, I don't hope it's not. But keep my feet on the ground, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't hold it down. Yeah, keep my feet on the ground. Oh, you just blame me, someone, and that's a crying shame. You just blame me to me, woman, and that's a crying shame.
under the rug.
Since you've gone away and left me, honey, I've been crying with the pain. Oh, I do most anything to feel your love just once again. Oh, I do most anything to feel your love just once again. But that day never comes, babe. That's why I'm crying with the pain. Oh, you're just like a little child, babe, and you treat love just like a king. And you treat love just like your own name. But you never really loved me, honey. That's why I'm dying with the pain. Yeah, I'm dying with the pain. 'Cause every night and every day, yeah, I'm dying. 'Cause every night and every day, yeah. It was just 3 words I wanna hear from you, baby. And those are 3 words you never say. When you, baby, leave you all alone, and nobody calls you on the phone, you feel like crying. Don't you feel like crying? Here I am, I'm honey. Come on, when you're all alone in your lonely room, and there's nothing but the smell of her perfume. Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like crying? Here I am, honey. Come on, cry to me. Whoa, nothing can be said after the last while. Loneliness, loneliness, such a waste of time. Oh yeah, you don't ever have to walk alone. Oh, you see, come on, take my hand, baby, won't you come with me? Oh yeah, when you're waiting for us to come in the night, yes, no more. Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like crying? Don't you feel like a cry, 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 crying? Don't you feel like crying, cry, 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 crying?
She all that. I haven't even looked at any of these in the black lights. Maybe I should do that. They probably, I mean, they could look pretty bad. I never even thought about that. This reminds me of my sister so much.
She's got a smile and it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as a bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, she takes me away to that special place. If I stay too long, I'll probably break down. Oh, sweet child of mine. Oh, sweet love of
99% button scratcher.
She's got eyes of the bluest skies, since evening thought array. I'd like to look into those eyes and see the answer, baby. It reminds me of a warm, safe place where as a child I'd hide, and I pray for the thunder and the rain to quietly pass me by. Oh, sweet child of mine. Oh, sweet love of mine. Oh, sweet child of mine. Oh, sweet love of mine. See, where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Sweet child of mine. Yeah, I'm singing, where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Sweet child of mine. Yeah, I'm singing, where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Sweet child of mine. Oh, sweet child of mine. Sweet child of mine. Sweet child of mine.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hey, I'm Jacques. Thank you for listening to my cover of Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine.
You did not see this. I am suggesting disclaimer that you do not do anything I do in my videos. Ever. For real though.
My ego pride, so I don't lie. Awake at night.
But you really don't feel away. I don't.
Days go by with captured thoughts across my mind.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't do what I do. Looks really cool idea. Finding these things everywhere in the stores. I come home and boil all these pieces, and then replace that little sponge. Ridiculous. Throwaway culture. I am. That is I get this for $2 for the outdated These stores full I am. Ah, good.
That was not so.
Yeah, set another quick rip. 8:45 today. Some good motherfuckers.
And now I'll rise above you. Run around, gun it down, we blow it up in the air. Bomb bombs right there. Top of all these stairs. Run down below, y'all sounding low. Keep looking up and just stare. This I'm on. Where you at? In a leash. What you doing? In my teeth. Can't tell them I'm a beast. Oh my God, I'm a beast. Where you at? In a leash. What you doing? In my teeth. Y'all can't tell them I'm a beast. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm a beast.
Okay.
Je cours à fond devant lui, je me sens si proche pourtant. C'est à croire qu'il me fait toutes ces années que je l'attends. C'est long, c'est temps. C'est beau, c'est lourd maintenant. C'est pour maintenant. C'est pour maintenant. We put in work. Yeah, ain't killing this energy. Spilling from the spirit, the lyrics be hitting differently. Like 100 rounds around, like a round, we about to get the victory. Dreams and memories, what you know about making mud in the solid cold. Hunger pains, rubber and steel, did it by the code. 10 toes, standing in the fire, and we never fold. I'ma come alive with its own. Now watch me work. I'm the shit you should own as my toilet seat. At the American's ransom for royalties. I deserve a mansion, I'm royalty. Dress me in majesty. Form a new dynasty. The old one was dynasty. I am the highness, please. Dress me in majesty. It's the classic, it's classical, go hard. But the black speak black, it's the Mozart. Gather round, we can all watch the go for. You king as the same you go show. Come in next, oh Lord. Next, oh Lord. Oh Lord. It's the classic, it's classical, go hard. Urban blacks, blackers, go for.
God, it's dead. Dragon's dead. I don't get enough electric in my room. It's stupid. Everything dies. If something dies, I can't even use an extension cord to try to recharge it. It's crazy. Oh, man. Oh, man. I can't even make what I was talking about. I'm listening to it. 15 minutes and 55 seconds of your life that you will never get back. I'm alright with it. That's fine. She's been looping bad today. Look what it is. What it is. It's Monday. We have mass meditation.
Welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
She's looping.
My beautiful beings of light. The clouds seem to be lifting a bit around you, similar in appearance to the sun breaking through the clouds right after a long thunderstorm. You have done much clearing, and that is as it should be. Clearing is a forever ongoing project as you are constantly under construction and evolving, my beloveds. The Creator is sending you each down a royal purple etheric light shawl to drape around your shoulders. This, my beautiful beings of grace, is to remind you of the you that you really are. You are this noble deep purple color, my beloveds, and you each hold countless eons of scholarly training and knowledge. With your permission and your imagination, feel this etheric royal purple light shawl softly drape around your neck and shoulders. Feel the warmth of love that it holds for you and the appreciation for your countless hours of service as a light worker on the earth plane. Wear the shawl for as long as is comfortable for you. Remember to put it in a place where you can use it again and again and again. It is very soothing. The Creator wishes you to know that you are deeply loved and your service is appreciated. Your work has moved many negative blocks that have popped up. Your continued assistance is needed to go forward in love. Unconditional love eventually clears the way and releases all blocks, my beautiful beings of light. The way forward, my beloveds, is very much like flying a kite. You must constantly check the weight that the kite is carrying on its tail to make sure that the kite stays aloft. You, my beloveds, are this beautiful soaring kite. Your higher self is the master on the ground, directing your movements and giving you more strength so that you can soar in the glorious breeze. If at any time there is too much debris on the tail of the kite, it can't stay aloft. With negativity still lurking around, it requires constant daily clearing on your part, my beloveds. The negativity is like a sticky, gunky substance that hangs on and must be ethereally cleared so it will not impact your day-to-day experiences, my beloveds. It's time to get creative with your clearing, my beautiful beings of grace. In your imagination, see this giant oval-shaped sphere that has many bands of color inside it, perimeters. This is your energy essence, your energy fields. It reaches out in all directions, many feet all around you. Then look closely and realize that you have black balls of tarry gunky stuff that are scattered around these beautiful bands of color. If some of you have not done any clearing in a while, some of these bands themselves could be almost covered by this substance. Realize that this stuff is negativity, thought fragments, hurts, fears, slights, shame, guilt, others' feelings about you, labels that you have assigned yourself or that others have assigned to you, self-sabotage, old outdated belief systems or old outdated programs that no longer serve your highest good, and the list can just go on and on. This is like your etheric trash bin, if you will, that no one has emptied for quite some time. Daily in your meditations or during your prayers, ask for your angels and spirit guides to help you clean your energy fields of all of this debris and stuff. This debris, when not cleared, will drain your energy banks, and because it can stress your energy vibrations and well-being, it too can also make you physically ill. So if you would like to visualize this debris in your energy fields like imaginary chains you drag behind you filled with all this stuff, including regrets, should have beens, will be's, and broken dreams, unforgiveness and the like, you can see that the chain trail can become quite lengthy and burdensome. Ask your angels and spirit guides to help you clear this debris. See them using a vacuum cleaner on your energy fields if you like, or whatever cleaning instruments you prefer, visualizing in your imagination to remove the stuff. This will leave behind your brilliant bands of glorious colored light frequencies. Perhaps you have realized by now that constant clearing and cleaning will keep your energy fields cleaned and your vibrations raised so that those of like vibrations can intersect with you and bring you new possibilities, help with dreams, missions, and gifts. If you are constantly being bombarded by lower vibrational beings, this could be the reason for those interactions. Even if you were originally a very high vibrating being, If you have all of this debris around you in your energy fields, your vibrations will be pulled down by this debris. Clear it daily and know that your highest vibrational good will be served. Allow this messenger to take you on a mediation journey. Arrange yourself in seated position or lie down so that you are comfortable. Keep your legs and arms from crossing if at all possible, as this blocks the flow of energy. Cover yourself with a light blanket if you chill easily. We want you comfortable and
If anybody is watching or watches in the future, I'm going to put that link in the comments here just shortly. That way you have it. Meditations are super hard to do while you're streaming and fighting. But yeah, so I am going on to push forward, but I'll send that soon.
You can turn this down quick if you don't like this. It could be a medley of boom, 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 boom. Oh my god! Oh yeah! Boom, 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 boom. It's like oh shit! That's it.
I love it. Fuck, I have a.
Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the 7 seas. Everybody is looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused.
This one's gonna die anyways, guys.
I'm gonna fight them all. Salvation Army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it off. Taking the time right behind my back. And I'm talking to myself at night because I can't forget. Back and forth through my mind behind the cigarette. And the message coming from my eyes says, hold your head, moving on, keep your head moving on. Hold your head, moving on, keep your head up. Travel the world in 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something.
On everyone.
Do I have any of my channels panned left and right? Yes, mate. If you've not got your channels panned left and right, do so. arms to take me away. I wish that I could stay. Girl, you know I've got to go. Lord, I wish you wasn't so. Save tonight. Tomorrow I'll be on save tonight. Fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be gone to save tonight. Fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be gone to save. Fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be gone to save tonight. Fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow. When it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older, all this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older, all this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. Save tonight. Fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be on save tonight. Fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be on save.
Everybody, it's your chance to impress the Doombox. Take a spin. Let's see what you get. Talk to me. Okay, I'll just take the tracks. You like this? Now, for this challenge, you're going to get 2 songs. You're going to have to sing the lyrics of one song over the music of a different song. Let's see what it's going to be. It's not going to go well. Okay, so forget you, and then don't you forget about me. Okay? Yeah, so you're going to pick 2 More different songs. you know, Forget You though, right? You got
Okay,
that?
yeah.
All right, to the tune of Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds. You got this. Go ahead, your position. Get your star. Stand up to the mic. Keep paying. Let's hear it, buddy. Come on, pal. Dan, whenever you're ready. Got it? I don't have this. I'm telling you now. I got it. Hey. I see you driving around town with the girl I love, but I forget you. I guess the change in my career wasn't enough, and I'm like, forget you and forget the tools. And if I was better, I'd still be better. I ain't messing with you. I know it's pretty anywhere. I wish you the best. I'm like, forget you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Can't drive a Ferrari. Don't mean I can't get you. Yeah, I guess he's a nigga. I'm for the party. But the way you play your game again, I see you driving around with the girl I love. I'm like, forget you. That's my jam. Oh, that's my jam. Oh, that's you to meet you up the party go like yeah. That's my jam.
Time has been what you want me to be. Feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Don't know what you're expecting of me. Pressure of walking in your shoes. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. I've become so numb. Can't you see that you're smothering me? Holding inside me, afraid to lose control. 'Cause everything that you thought I would be is falling apart right in front of you. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. I've become so numb to be what you want me to be.